Hey race fans, NASCAR Naruto here with your recap from Richmond. What a night! Wreck after wreck after wreck, crazy restarts, and then the Chesterfield, Virginia hometown native Denny Hamlin tops off everybody's. He wins the Federated Auto Parts 400. He was already locked into the chase after his win from Daytona and Watkins Glen. Hamlin put on a good dominating performance. He was in the top 5 most of the night. Qualified on the pole, and he had a fast car the entire night, and showed everybody that he's going to be a serious threat for this championship. Hamlin won over Kyle Larson, who's also in the chase, Martin Truex Jr., Brad Keselowski, and Kevin Harvick. All those guys in the chase. It was kind of a crazy night. They all went back and forth. They were caught mid-pack. They were able to work their way back up to the front because of getting track position, and other guys taking different tire strategies, and it was a wild night. Chase Elliott wasn't a pretty night, but we'll take it. I mean, we finished 18th because we qualified poorly. We drove up through the field, then we brought out a caution when we blew a left front tire and hit the wall. But the crew was able to fix it, and we were able to dodge a lot of adversity and able to finish our way up to 18th. And we are in the chase, and I'm so pumped. I'm just so relieved the night is over. I was just all like, please let this be over, please. I've had enough. It was already a stressful night because we were a lap down, but I'm so glad it's over and we're in the chase, and proud of the effort. Casey Kane, who had to win, did not get the job done, but nonetheless, it was still an impressive performance by the 5 car for giving it all he had. Chris Buescher, he's in the chase too after he had a 24th place effort, and David Reagan was involved in a huge wreck. So the 16 drivers that are locked into the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup are Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Carl Edwards, Martin Truex Jr., Matt Kenseth, Jimmy Johnson, Joey Logano, Kurt Busch, Kyle Larson, Tony Stewart, Chris Buescher. They're all on wins. And on points, Chase Elliott, Austin Dillon, and Jamie McMurray. And let me tell you what, that battle was back and forth a lot last night. Ryan Newman, who had to race his way into the chase, did not get the job done. He was involved in a wreck with Tony Stewart and Carl Edwards, causing a pile-up that collected David Reagan, Brian Scott, and Dylan Lupton. Newman went to the infield medical center and said some mean comments about Tony Stewart, saying, I'm glad he's retiring because, this is the way he wants to drive in his last year because he's too old for this crap, and called him bipolar and having anger issues. I don't believe Newman one bit. And Tony Stewart said in his interview, I believe he'll win a championship. He's never going to win a championship because Newman's not competitive enough to be up there like Tony has been this year. Newman's been nowhere up there. So, that's the price you pay. And if you want to make the chase, you should have won early in the year and had consistent race cars to put yourself in that position to make the chase. Unfortunately, Newman put himself in a position where he wasn't consistent, he wasn't running well, and had this happen. So that's the price you pay, Newman. So I'm sorry you're not in the chase, but maybe next year. Or he may not be with RCR next year because we don't know his contract status yet. So that's another big question. So maybe after that comment he made about Tony, Richard Childress was probably going, I don't know if I want Newman back on my team. Yeah, so that was interesting. Also interesting, on a restart, Brad Keselowski missed a shift, and then heading into turn 1, he picked up his momentum, hit the side of Matt Kenseth, and Kenseth blew a tire and hit the wall, and he was pretty upset with Brad. But Brad took took responsibility for his actions on NBCSN post-race show, and he said, I apologize to Matt, it was my bad, and hopefully we can have a chat about it. So hopefully they're able to work it out, and hopefully we don't have any of that Penske Matt Kenseth drama in the chase like we did last year. If that happens, then it's a deja vu, baby. It's deja vu. So glad the night was over, and everybody's now set up for the chase. So next weekend is the first race of the chase, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 400 at Chicagoland Speedway. Round 1 in the chase for the Sprint Cup, as it's a round of 16 drivers. After Dover, 4 are eliminated, 12 will move on. After the round of 12, 8 drivers move on, 4 are out. And we eliminate 4 more drivers after the round of 8, and 4 will go for the championship at Homestead. So who will it be? That's what this chase is all about. Tune in these 10 weekends of the season to find out who's going to be the NASCAR Sprint Cup champion. And I bet you everybody's wondering, who is the person with the momentum right now? Well, I think there's 5 people that have the momentum. you got to have Denny Hamlin, who, of course, won last night's race because he's just that good at Richmond. But, I mean, him picking up after a struggle at the beginning of the year despite winning the Daytona 500, he's definitely picked up some momentum. You got to throw on Martin Truex Jr., who dominated the race last night and won last week at Darlington. He's picked it up. You've got to throw in the guys with the most wins out of any driver right now, Brad Keselowski, and our defending Sprint Cup champion, Kyle Busch. And don't forget Kevin Harvick, who is a great driver. By the way, his pit crew was rock solid on pit road after they made changes with Danica Patrick's crew. So we'll have to see what happens. But the big question is, how will Chris Buescher do? Will Chase Elliott get his first win? Will Austin Dillon get his first win? Will there be bad blood between the Penske cars and Matt Kenseth? And will Tony Stewart win a championship in his final year? We'll see how that plays out. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Put a good Eagle like on this video if you enjoyed it. Hope you all enjoyed last night's wacky race. And let's get ready for the chase, baby.